everyone. This is an updated tutorial. Since I made the last tutorial, I found lots of things that Google Classroom and Google Calendar and Google Meet can do together, and I want to do one comprehensive, better tutorial which will show you more comprehensively all the things you need to learn to do to use these things the way they're meant to be learned. The first thing I want to go over with you is, you know Google Classroom, of course, but let's go over Google Calendar. Some of you may use it all the time. I only recently started using it, so I want to go through how to set up appointments very quickly, just to make sure that you've noticed the features. You probably know this and could go through and figure it yourself, but there's some features I want to make sure that you've noticed. First, let's create a new class. If you have not scheduled your classes in Google Calendar, you should do so. It really makes things lots easier. Let me show you why. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new class, and we're going to call it SM5, even though there's no such thing. This is a nice imaginary class. And here you have settings and everything, but I'm going to set all this in a minute because I'm not just going to use this. This is the simple appointment slot. If you just have one appointment to remember, this is where you do it. But when you're scheduling a class, you want to go down here to More Options and hit that. Now, you can change the name here if you like. So now, right now it's May 1st, 2020. That's when it's scheduled to happen. However, you can change the time. Obviously, it's got 15-minute increments here, but you can, if you want, go in here and manually change it to 3:07 to whatever time you prefer. I'm going to say 3:15 to 4:15 because why not? Now, here's the important thing. Down here, does not repeat. Now, when you're scheduling a class, of course, you want it to repeat, but not daily. You don't have this class every day, weekly on Friday. So this class is scheduled Fridays, so I'm going to repeat it weekly on Friday. Now, you can add a location. You can actually add you can use Google Maps to add a location, an address, if you're scheduling something from people far away, but we don't need to do that here. Add video conferencing. You'll see that I've linked up Zoom with this, but since we switched to Google Meet obviously works really well here. I'm choosing Google Meet. And now, this is the thing I find really useful. This is notifications. So 10 minutes, you can set this whenever you like. Right now it's set to send me an email 10 minutes before the meeting to remind me, and a notification on my phone, and a pop-up notification on my PC to remind me. I find emails annoying simply because I'm almost never looking at my email box when I get the notification, and after a while they just clog up everything. So I'm going to get rid of that. But I like these notifications. In fact, I'm going to add one at 5 minutes. So 10 minutes before my class begins, I get a notification that says you have a class in 10 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, I get another notification that says 5 minutes. That way I find when I'm home, if I get distracted, if I'm busy doing something, if my mind is wandered and I'm scrolling on my phone, this notification brings me back to what I ought to be doing. Probably shouldn't have admitted that I scrolled during the workday, but I did. Anyway, now we move down here, and this is the description. You can add anything you like in this description for this lesson, but here's what I really like. Let's see. We'll talk about this in a minute. Now, what you want to do, we'll come back to this. So you've got all this wonderful things. Now you've got it set up. You've got the notification set up. Now you need guests. Oh, no, I haven't done this for one of my classes, so let me go ahead and do it for one of my classes. I'm going to discard that nonsense class. But this is for Friday's class, SMP2A. Good. You'll see this is, when you click on it, this is what you get. Now you see this is exactly, I've set up everything just as I did in the last one that I showed you, weekly on Fridays. Now, the thing is I don't have any guests added. I want to add all the students as guests to this Google Classroom, because when I've done that, when I send the students an invitation to this meeting that happens weekly on Friday, when they accept, they get these notifications too. Well, let me add that 5-minute warning here. So now, when the students accept this invitation, I'll show you in a minute, they get notifications reminding them that class is about to begin, and I like that as well. Let me show you how to do that. In order to do this, you need the email address of every student in your class group, to add it to Calendar. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have those email lists, and getting them sounds like a huge problem, but then I figured out I can use this. I go to Google Classroom, this is SMP2A, and I'm going to go into classwork. I'm going to choose the latest assignment, which is Gift of the Magi, and I'm going to view assignment here. Now, when you're viewing the assignment, it shows you how many turns in, how many have been assigned. This one's not due for a few days, but there's still got a couple people turning it in. Good. So if you click All Students, and then click this button, Email Selected Students. I don't know if you've been using this, but I've only discovered it last week. You can choose any number of students and send one email to all of them, or you can click All Students and send an email to all of them. So here's what I've been doing. You click on Email All the Students, and it will open up your Chandrakumala School Mail, which for some reason on my computer is taking forever lately. There we are. And that is a comprehensive list of every email student from my students in class group 2A. So I'm going to send them this email. I mean, I'm not going to be talking about the Gift of the Magi. I'm going to title it this, and then I'm going to write if I can learn how to spell invitation. Be emphatic there. Now I send this email to them to let them know to accept this, because then they know it's from me and it's not some scam. But also because right now I can't copy these. If I try to copy all these passwords, it does this, and I can't copy them. So I have to send an email. If you know a better way, please let me know, because right now that's all I've got. Let me doctor this up a bit. Sorry you get stuck watching me write this email, but it really is, how to do these things. There. Spelling's okay. All right, and now I'm going to send it. Now, as soon as I've sent it, it'll ask me to view message, and I'm going to choose to view the message. Now, I can click on this little arrow here to show details, and here is the list of all the students' emails in that class. I'm going to just copy. Now, I don't know if you can see this drop-down menu because of the program I'm using sometimes doesn't show that, but you just highlight all of the email addresses, and then you right click and choose copy. And now you've got them copied. And then you go back to add guests. And then you once again right click and choose paste. And now all of those students' email addresses they're being called guests to your room. Now, don't just send it right away. First, change guest permissions. You can give them all permission to modify the event. I'm not going to do that because then they can change the scheduling and change the notifications and do whatever they want. I'm also going to disallow them to invite other people to the meeting. I don't want my students able to invite other people into our meeting, into our voice meeting. I'm going to allow them to see the guest list. That's no problem for me. Okay? Now, once I've got everything set, I've got the meeting time set correctly, weekly on Friday. 12:45, is that set right? Yeah, no, 12:45 to 1:40, not 45. Let me fix that. That's the time. Now, weekly on Friday is set. Google Meet is correct. 2 notifications at 5 and 10 minutes before the meeting. Now, just for fun, I want to show you this as well. You can select a file to attach to this meeting. Let's see. Right now we're doing Gift of the Magi. So, see if I can find it somewhere. There he is. Gift of the Magi PDF. I'm going to attach that. Now, that's in my Google Drive. So I've attached that file to this meeting. And now I'm going to click Save. And it's going to give me some options. Edit recurring event. So this event. The edits that I've done, I want to be for this and following events. So this way, if I say just this event, then these students will only be invited to this particular class. But if I say this and following events, it means every class meeting, the students here are listed as guests. which is important for reasons I'll show you in a minute. Okay. Would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? Yes, I send them so that the students can accept those invitations and be here forever. Now, this warns you that you're inviting guests from outside your organization. Since our students don't have chandrakumala.com email addresses, then this is going to be all of them. So I'm going to invite those external guests. Now, it's saved and the event is saved. So now, when I go into this, when it's time for me to join, I can just click here. The students can just click here. And like whenever it's time to join, the students would go to their calendar and they would click on their class schedule for the lesson, and they would click join with Google Meet. And there you are. Hi everybody, how are you? I wore a better t-shirt, but I didn't shave. Forgive me. Now, once you've joined, you'll notice one of the things that I find very gratifying is down here. If you look right down there in the little box there, it's named the name of the class. I really like that. I don't know why it pleases me, but it really does. And here you have the details and, of course, the copy joining info in case you want to post a link in the Google Classroom or somewhere else. But here is the cool thing, attachments. Now, this only works if you add the attachment through Google Calendar, which is why I'm saying you should use Google Calendar. It makes use of all the functions that Google Meet allows you. And then you can click on that, and the students can click on that, and then you can all read the story, which is a great story. You should read it if you get a chance, by the way. Where am I going here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, all right, that's 12 minutes. Now we've done the tutorial on how to use this. Make sure. With Google Meet, by the way, I wanted to mention, if a student's using a handphone for Google Meet, they need to download the app to their handphone. If you're using a laptop, you shouldn't need any kind of download. There's also a new feature on Google Meet, which I found the other day. I don't know where it is now. Okay, you have captions. We've already talked about very quickly. You can turn on captions, and it automatically closed captions what you're saying, but it only works for you. It also closed captions what other people are saying, but it doesn't turn captions on for the students. So if you want students to use captions, you have to tell them to turn on captions for themselves. Next, presenting, of course, is full screen, but there's a new option. You can choose just to share a particular Chrome tab. This spares you the embarrassment of sharing the tab with pictures of you and your goofy friends on it. That's a neat new feature. Over here, as a quick reminder, there is all these things change layout full screen. You understand all that. Record meeting. I want to briefly go over this for those of you who didn't see the other tutorial. If you did see the other tutorial, you've pretty much seen all of the stuff I'm about to say, so you can just turn it off now. Record meeting is nifty. You can click record meeting, and when you do, it reminds you to ask for consent. This window is not asking you for consent to record. It's reminding you to say to people in the meeting, hey, everyone, I'm recording this meeting. Be aware that I'm recording it. Because in some places, it's illegal to record a meeting without permission of all the people in the meeting. Except, and then you get these two notifications here and here. Recording will start soon, and that recording button's about to make a little noise, a cute little ting. That's nice. And now everyone knows it's recording. The thing you should be aware of is that students, at last time I tried this, students could stop recording. If you start recording, any student who wants to can stop recording. Maybe don't tell them they can do that. But if it does stop recording, you'll hear a notification. I'll show you in a second. But a quick reminder, the best thing about recording these things is it's not recorded to your device. You're not saving this data on your phone or your laptop even. It's saved directly to Google Drive. So you don't have to upload it. You don't have to pay Pulsa or Packet Data to upload that stuff. It's already in Google servers, which is really nice if you're paying for Packet Data or worse, using your own Pulsa. So that saves a lot of money on uploading and makes recording much easier. And those recordings are saved in Google Drive forever. And the cool thing about this is, watch this. This feature is actually really cool. Watch this. I'm going to stop recording. When I do, it makes a noise. Stop recording this meeting. Recording will be saved in Jason Berholt's Google Drive. Stop recording. Now, they didn't do it this time. But if your students, the reason it's important for your students to accept your invitation to the meeting, if your students have accepted the invitation to the meeting, then this little thing is stored and saved on Google Calendar. So students who missed the meeting can go back in their Google Calendar and look at the meeting, and there will be a recording of the meeting in Google Calendar. This is also very useful for you, and when DNAS comes knocking asking for photographic evidence that you've done a class, well, it's all saved in your Google Calendar and in your Drive. Also, you have the ability to delete this in case during the lesson you were surprised by your pet or your child and uttered a bad word by mistake. You can erase the file if you like. It's very useful and it's very handy. This has been a long tutorial, sorry, but I want to make sure I hit all the stuff that I missed before, and I think I did. All right, thank you very much, everybody. It was nice talking to you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and stay safe, stay happy, and don't forget to schedule time on Zoom or Google Meet with you and your friends so that you can remain sane. Bye.